Hi, this is Justin Aquilante, ESA Sales Director, here today with Andrew Tang, Vice President, Energy Storage and Optimization, Wärtsilä Energy. Andrew, welcome.
Hi, Justin. Thanks. I'm very happy to be here.
Andrew, the energy storage industry continues to ramp up. What does this mean now that mega storage projects are in the mix? What does 2021 look like?
Wow, the industry has really taken off. I think for the longest time, those of us that have been in this industry for close to a decade now have always been waiting for that ramp up to finally take place. And I'm very happy to say that we are now really seeing the ramp up really take place. So for 2021, I think it's going to be a continuation of the tremendous growth that we saw in 2020, really a continuation. I would say that we are past the knee jerk in the curve, so to speak, and really firmly on that curve, riding the so-called escalator up into large volumes. I agree, mega storage projects are definitely in the mix. We are seeing increasingly that the average size of projects tick up. We are seeing that we're firmly moving from a 1-2 hour duration environment to a majority of the projects now being 4 hours in duration.
Andrew, how does energy storage technology connect energy assets to energy markets? And what is Wärtsilä's role here in providing flexibility solutions?
Energy storage really represents a large paradigm shift for electric utilities and for grid operators. For the first time, you have an asset on the grid that can actually be both a load and a generation source. And that affords tremendous flexibility in how the grid can be operated. So when we really talk about how we want to connect energy assets with energy markets, it's really this new opportunity to look at how we operate the grid in the most efficient manner, how we take advantage of market structures that were put in place in order to optimize the operation of the grid, but really take it to the next level, because now we can charge or discharge based on optimizing all the other assets that are on the grid and really making the best decision. At Wärtsilä, we have been developing our EMS, known as GEMS, for the past 10 years. And really from the very beginning of our company, we were really focused on the software controls and how we can build out those software controls to add to this flexibility. And so after 10 years in the industry, we feel now that we are at the point where the network operators, grid operators are ready for our solutions and really excited for that next generation of optimized grid operation.
Andrew, how can the power generation industry benefit from machine learning?
I think there's a lot ahead in store for us on machine learning and the power of machine learning. I think and artificial intelligence. I think for example, right now we grid operators operate take in solar output, and they really have to have their eye on the ball that if the solar output were to drop, they need to instantly prepare for other resources to come online and to take up the power output drop. However, in an environment where you have machine learning, an environment where you have the ability to be incorporating weather forecasts into your operations plans, this is no longer an emergency event that you have to worry for, but actually something that you can plan for. And you can actually look at your solar in a whole different way, which is really looking at what that curve is going to look like, having it be predicted, and having this whole transition of how to deal with the intermittency being a much more scheduled issue as opposed to an ad hoc issue today. I think that's one of several examples of how we can look to see how the power generation industry will benefit from just having more intelligence around what is going to happen in the near future.
Andrew, what do you see as the future of energy storage control software for the industry?
I see the industry really moving towards leveraging energy storage control software. For the longest time, we have had a power grid that operates just in time. So to the extent that someone turns on a light switch in a house down the street, the power utility actually has to provide the increased power that is required to power that asset. We have never had the ability to really optimize our assets because we've never had the ability to cost effectively store energy and use it at a different point in time. And that really all changes with the advent of energy storage. And so in order for the industry to get the most benefit out of this, you really need to be able to have that control, that ability to forecast what is going to happen, forecast what you know to be the case now or the circumstances that you need that you know now, and to really combine those into an optimal dispatch schedule. And so I think that we are really heading into a new era for what we can do and how we can optimize our power grids.
Andrew, what's one exciting thing you can tease for Wärtsilä Energy Storage?
It has been a really exciting 18 months, and we have seen tremendous growth. And I guess what I would say to the public out there is that I think you can look forward to seeing multiple gigawatt hours of project announcements over the next 12 months. Very excited about the growth that we have seen.
Andrew, thank you for joining me here today. We've learned a lot about Wärtsilä Energy, from the idea that growth is real and substantial in energy storage. Intelligence in the grid is critical for optimization and machine learning algorithms. And finally, we should be looking forward to hearing some news from Wärtsilä this year on gigawatt hours of storage. Thank you again for joining us today, and I look forward to hearing from you in the future.
Justin, thank you. I really enjoyed it. Take care.